Good morning, everyone. My name's Doc, and welcome back to the channel. As you guys can see from the title of this video, this is not the weekly altcoin watch list. I'm actually not going to do one this week, and the reason being is because I believe that the altcoin watch list is really fruitful for all parties when the markets are trending, when there's a clear uptrend or downtrend. Having people suggest altcoins to trade is an amazing filter for myself and everyone that watches to really find which altcoins are outperforming, which ones have the best setups, and which allow you to define your risk in the best possible manner to make the most money along that trend. Now, the reason I'm not doing the watch list this week is because as I've been speculating for weeks now, that Bitcoin, my speculation was that Bitcoin was here to distribute above 23 and 24K. And the reason I said that, as I've mentioned almost every week on the watch list, is that I'm going to bring your attention once again to this 23.3, 23.5 area. Now, this area was the merge rally point of breakdown. It was the area where bulls should have stepped in and tried to push for another high should this bullish market structure be retained. We lost that. We never really tested that area again for the next, 6 months, right? Came to it now, found resistance, actually found a squeeze above it, tried to hold it as support, did nothing with it, just distributed, took the high, took the local high, and reverted back below this 23K level. So now what have we done? Last week on the watch list, I said, if Bitcoin squeezes into this level, this is a fadeable area. Your clear invalidation being acceptance above this, because this is the point of breakdown. I'm once again going to take the exact same approach. Now, if Bitcoin does squeeze back up to 23K, something above this value, this composite right here, this sort of just crappy price action, if Bitcoin does squeeze, once again, I think that this is a shortable area. There's a lot of people thinking, sure, they can think this. Of course, there's multiple ways to read a chart, multiple systems out there, multiple people thinking that this is just another higher low, and we're just here, we're reaccumulating, we're going to put in a higher high. Sure. But I'm not going to be taking long bets right here. My long bets are going to be formed if we reclaim this level once again. If we reclaim the local point of breakdown, we reclaim the high time frame level that I've been working with for the last 2 months. Yes, then that reopens bullish price action. I probably won't trade Bitcoin because I don't see the upside there. I'll probably look for some altcoins that have narrative catalysts or whatnot to fuel higher prices. But for now, like I said, my bias for weeks has been cautious, and I said specifically I'm cautiously bearish, and that has proven so far to be true. Now, how am I going to trade Bitcoin? If I were to trade Bitcoin from here, one thing that I'm looking for is either, like I said already, a squeeze into this area, in which case you take a short somewhere, wherever, it's tough to use these. It's tough to use this little tool right here because I can't really tell you where to put the stop. That's going to occur once price trades into this area. That gives you invalidations locally. You combine those with some higher time frame levels. That brings you to a more concise invalidation. But for now, I can just generally point out that acceptance above these levels, acceptance above the point of breakdown. That would be sort of the invalidations for the idea. Let's say price does something like this, it starts trading in this area. Well, then, this whole thing looks like a deviation of this level. Then maybe we can open up the discussion for higher prices once again. But wicks into this area, big strong candles moves in this area, in my opinion, are for fading. What I'd really like to see is a further breakdown and look for longs down here. Sweep the lows that were set in January, sweep them into demand, sweep them into this entire 21.5 demand. Look for long setups right there. I think the RR of this trade far outweighs any RR of a long taken in this area. So that's pretty much covering my thoughts on Bitcoin at the moment. Nothing actionable for me in this chop. If you'd really like to take a trade, there's a way that you could define your risk here as well. You can say, look, there's a demand block. There's a 4-hourly demand block right here. We're responding to that. We're trading above it. My invalidation is going to be 4-hourly candle closes below this block. If a 4-hourly candle closes below this block, well, that's my invalidation. My high side target, again, is going to be somewhere in this area. Viable trade, just not a trade that I'm interested in taking. And that brings me to pretty much the core of this video, our OP and LDO. And I tweeted this. If Twitter's open right now, I can quickly go to it. I tweeted this a couple days ago. The daily trends on the strongest coins are busted. Strong short bias until and unless the trend and points of breakdown are reclaimed. Looking for squeezes into 260s on OP and 280s on LDO. Potential locations for short setups to form. If no squeeze, then look for long setups lower. Right. So that's what we're working with here. Now, if I pull up the daily trends, right, H4 100, 200, if we're on the H4 chart, this is my daily bias. Trading above this, look for longs. Trading below this, look for shorts. As you can see, OP responded to these very well initially and has sort of been forming a range ever since. There is a lot of demand here, and I'm calling this demand because it broke upwards, right, and respected. And when we traded back into it, we respected this level. Right, this is confluent with prior all-time highs on OP around $2. Right, so what we have on OP here is a range. And if you're looking to short or if you're looking to do anything on OP, for me, so like we already traded pretty much all the way down to range lows, right? So we're pushing back up from that level. If we continue pushing up into this 260, 268, 270 zone right here, for me, that's an actionable signal for shorts, right? You're squeezing into the now lost and accepted below daily trends. You're squeezing into the point of breakdown. And if you look at this from a you're looking at this from a sort of range perspective, you're moving into premium, right? So you're looking for short setups in a premium, in a range bound environment. The point of interest is going to be the supply right here, confluent with now lost daily trends, right? So if we put this on a line chart, this is sometimes a lot easier to see, right? How we've clearly lost the trend, right? Here, you've traded into it. You've reaccepted it, you reclaimed it, you tested as support, you pushed higher. This time, you're clearly accepting below it, right? So that's just one way you can use a line chart sometimes when there's a little bit of confusion on the candle body charts. So for me, like I said, looking for shorts on OP, anything in this area, a squeeze into green, that's going to be the place to look to fade. Obviously, the ultimate target is taking this all the way back down to the $2.10, $2.20 level. Maybe we just revisit this wick. This is a really inefficient low. This is a wick low. Maybe all you do is retrace back into this wick level around $2.25. That's still a really strong short setup. Something like this, I really can't tell you where to place the stop until price action develops in that area, but something like this is a very, very nice swing trade, in my opinion, on OP. And then coming to LDO, which is even cleaner than OP, in my opinion. LDO, let me see, let's start off with this chart. LDO, like I've talked about on Bitcoin, has its own merge rally point of breakdown that I was using for a long time to scalp this coin. I was scalping off range highs over here. Let's mark this out once again, right? So this for me on LDO was my point of breakdown. You guys can see locally this year in 2023 how price was respecting that level. Wick, a little bit of a deviation above it, trade back below it, put in a demand block, tried to break above it, did break above it, tried to hold it as support, tried to put in higher highs, ultimately broke down, and now we're reaccepting into this prior range, reaccepting below this significant high time frame point of interest. So for me, same kind of situation. There is a case to be made that you could short right here. In fact, I have speculatively. I've taken a short position on LDO at 265. Right. So as price broke down, created this wick, as we traded back into this H4 supply, I took a short around 265 on LDO. My invalidation on this lower time frame is going to be if a 4-hourly candle closes above 270, right? Close above 270, you're basically reclaiming this low time frame demand. Price should, in theory, trade back up to $2.90, something like that, 285, 290, something like that. That's confluent with the daily trends, right? So I haven't pointed out yet. I haven't pointed out, right? So similar to OP, LDO has been responding to the H4 100, H4 200 beautifully for this entire year. It lost the trends. It's trading below it. A squeeze back into the trends is acceptable. What I won't want to see is daily candle closes above here, right? So if the daily starts closing above here, starts closing into this point of breakdown, that's going to be kind of a warning sign for me, you know, that the short gets a little bit more muddled. Maybe we have to redefine the parameters of the short. Maybe we have to take a lower time frame short. Maybe we take a long, right? So for now, I just want to, you know, before I get too sidetracked, because I tend to get sidetracked, the idea is simply to short a lower high, right? So we've got higher highs and higher lows. From here, this $2.80 level, we did put in a lower low. We lost the trend. We lost the high time frame levels. Any move on LDO into this level or into 280 to form a lower high, is acceptable for me to look to short into a lower low. And now let's talk about where that lower low is going to be. I think I have it marked out on the perp chart. I do. So this is what this is going to look like. This is what I tweeted. Basically, anything like this, any squeezes into this level, acceptable for me to build the short, to add to the short. And the target is going to be this mid-range right here, around $2.20. Why $2.20? This was the launch pad, right? This was the support. This was the launch pad that took you to the $3.33 high, the yearly high. That was, you know, this is my high, this is my lower high, this is my lower low. I'm looking for another lower high. That pretty much does it. There's really nothing more than that to talk about in this video. That's really all I really wanted to talk about in this video today, was just some, you know, the kings are under some stress right now. The kings of the market in 2023, the strongest coins, they're in duress, and I think bears are going to attack these lower high levels. I think bulls have a lot of work to do. I think the structure is broken. I think the trends are broken. I think this isn't really the time. You know, if you want to long here, I understand. I understand longing this breakdown. I understand longing this, but longing to look for higher highs, longing to look for 340, I don't think that's in the cards right now. I think if you're longing, you're just longing into my asks. And my invalidation on a high time frame basis is going to be pretty much if price trades back above this point of breakdown, finds buyers, that's going to be the high time frame invalidation. If you reclaim this level, that's going to be an area for me to actually flip long. My bias is going to change completely because you've retaken the point of breakdown, you've reclaimed broken market structure, you've reclaimed the point of breakdown, the trends, everything like that. You're taking back you know, this becomes a deviation of range high. This becomes a deviation of this level right here around $2.70. You're reaccepting above here. Then you look for high. Then you look for a trend continuation or longs, right? But yeah, at this point, I'm just rambling. I'm talking way too long when I could have wrapped this up 5 minutes ago, probably. That's going to do it for the video today, guys. I hope you guys... I hope you guys enjoyed it, learned something, maybe not. Leave me some comments. Leave me some comments below. I respond to everyone that asks any questions. Join the Discord. The link for the Discord is going to be in the description box below. Join the Discord. Ask me questions there. Completely free, completely open to anyone. We don't gatekeep any alpha here. But yeah, guys. I'll talk to you next week. Bye-bye.